Hi guys, I can't believe it's already Wednesday, time to release another video. Hopefully you are enjoying seeing these twice a week. Most of the feedback seems like you are. So this week, more prep for Crandon, which I'm really excited about. You'll see I got my nails done. Me
too.
We're also trying to get the Land Cruiser ready for Trail Hero. So Shannon pulled the transmission out. Donnie took that down for us. So hopefully we'll get that picked up here before we head to Crandon. Is that right?
No.
Or no, when we get home?
We'll get it when we get home.
Okay. So more prep work going on in this video.
Yep, just still loading and prepping the race car some more, just doing dumb things, and yeah, so.
And we did a quick fun little walk around on the FJ, so make sure you watch that. If you don't want to see anything else, you might be interested in seeing Shannon do a walk around on the FJ.
Otherwise, it's just work.
Work. And let's see, what else? Next video will come out on Sunday. We'll actually be on the road on our way to Crandon, so we'll have some more loading, prep work that'll lead into that, and then hopefully some fun stuff along the way. If you guys have any ideas for us on the road to Crandon, let us know. And we appreciate you watching, subscribing, commenting. We really, really like all the interaction with you guys. We hope we can keep that up as this channel continues to grow. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Sunday morning, Jess is up making a video. Donnie and I are gonna pull the transmission out of the old FJ40. It was dripping out the vent a little bit and slipping a little bit when it's cold. When I go to put it in reverse, it didn't want to go in, so that means she's time to get built after we eat our breakfast. Donnie's in there doing dishes, and I'm gonna get the skid plate off this thing and get it going. Bit different than most of the cars we build these days. The skid plate was aluminum and didn't have a whole lot attached, but you can tell it just has a tubing cross member, and I mean, this thing's been wheeled pretty good. The belly height is a little higher than what we're used to, but this is kind of more similar to what Donnie's got, but his has got a little bit better skid plate and stuff, but she's still a wheeling machine. The old FJ. Donnie said she's a stinky transmission. This thing's been in here for
since you built it.
Yeah, 20 something years, and I mean, that's pretty good, I guess.
Now, for the amount of miles that is on it,
yeah,
it should be brand new still.
I don't know. It's actually got quite a few miles on it. Not like no car, but just
highway
wheeling
miles.
and
yeah.
This thing actually did get driven on the highway quite a bit. And the drive shaft is out now. I think we'll just tie this thing up.
Oh yeah.
Drained, and
oh, that thing just pops off there.
it just comes up. Everything's so simple on this thing. I mean,
yeah,
it's probably not even an hour job. These are one of the only things I hate too, is these stupid clips. I like to do it kind of the way we do nowadays, but I mean, check, this thing's so old school. Look how simple. There's a little half moon clamp that just rests on this cross member. The exhaust is simple. 2 into 1. We run it down one side, so you got lots of room for the drive shaft on this side. And very simple car to work on. Simple little cross member for the skid plate. And we'll pull this starter down. Well, maybe I need an extension. Let's see. Little bitty old starter, huh?
Just like what's on mine. Little peanut starter.
Okay.
Do all 4 of those clips have to come out, Shan?
No, just the 2.
Just the 2.
Yeah, just the 2.
They go into the transfer
So
case.
that looks like it's probably a 17 millimeter. All right, Donnie will be rotating it, and I'll be pulling the shiz out. It's a stubby little bolt.
Not much of a window to.
Yeah. These are a little different, huh? I'd say get on the crank, but there's not a whole lot of room up there with it.
Yeah.
Right over the axle. You ready, Donnie?
Yeah, kinda. What about that dipstick tube? Is it connected?
Oh, you know what? I don't know if there's a... Here, let me give you this light. Here. See if you can see anything on it. I would usually it bolts to a transmission bolt, but I did not check
Yeah,
it.
that's what it does.
So is it loose?
It's, well, yeah, it was bolted to the tranny.
Go ahead and slide it up just so it doesn't
Hang this up.
Yeah. And then we'll break it loose.
Yeah.
Okay, now you want to wiggle this tranny back and forth.
Boy, she's tight.
Pry bar or screwdriver?
Almost like it's got another bolt in it.
You know, shine the light up there. I thought I got them all, but I've been known to...
Maybe one at the very top.
Oh, yeah. No, that one's out. Thought we got all 6.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is there one right there? Nope, that one's out.
Okay.
They're all out, right? So just grab a pry bar.
Let's see the big, where is that big pry bar? Is it behind you? Oh.
There you go. Okay, this side. She's dialed up good, huh?
Yeah, she got a good.
Let me let it down a little bit. Oh,
yeah, she's on that dowel good. Here,
Damn.
see if you can get it from that side. Because this, my dowel's out.
it's almost like it's got something holding it in there. Well, hold down on this handle.
Need to go up a little bit, maybe?
Oh wait, hang on. Hang on, there's got to be something. We got all the. There's only 3 converter bolts, right? Just needed
Yeah, she's
a
out.
kick.
That's all I needed,
Okay.
a good kick.
All right.
On down.
Okay. Here, drag that. Okay. Wow. Okay. Can you drag it out?
No, it's gonna hit.
We might have to just raise the front of it up.
What, the truck?
Yep. We got it good?
Okay, we're here with Shannon Campbell, AKA my husband.
The best husband ever.
That is true, the best husband ever. We thought it'd be fun to do a quick little walk around on the FJ here. Some of you know a lot about it, some of you don't know anything. So Shannon, why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
So a lot of people have been asking me to kind of show it and talk about it and stuff. A lot of people think it's a real FJ40 or something, but it's actually 100% handmade. It started out as an Aqualoo FJ45 cab, which stopped right here. And my brother and I, back in 2004 or 5, we built this for my dad, and it was gonna be a truck. Well, we couldn't find all the enclosure and all the stuff to close it up at the time. They didn't make everything. So I cut it right here, and I moved it back to here, and I made everything in between. We made the floor and everything so it was flat, kind of like all of our other builds and everything. And we just made it kind of a stretched looking FJ40. The doors are fiberglass doors. These are aftermarket. I can't remember where we bought the doors, but the tub with a lot of Aqualoo help, that's where the tub came from. And then the hood, actually I found a stock hood, and I cut the fenders off, and I raised them up, and I welded them on, and the hood, I made the hood. And then I sent it to a friend of mine that does fiberglass, and he turned it into a mold. And you know, we sold these from Campbell Enterprise for, well, they still sell them over there. And it looks like an FJ40, but it's not. It's completely handmade. The grill is made out of aluminum that I handmade, and so really nothing FJ40 about it other than the look. And the inside is same thing, all handmade. The dash and stuff, I kind of made it trying to come up with something zoomy looking, and I made some press plates, and we put it in the press and pressed indentions in it that fit the stuff, and kind of came up with the shape and whatnot. But it's got heat. It does not have AC. It's got, you know, we used some hot rod bezels and stuff, kind of like what we just ended up putting in the Scrambler, but vintage air, you know, all the heater and stuff is from vintage air. This does have a 4L60 in it. The motor that's in it is a 2005 5.3, I believe. We got it out of the wrecking yard at the time. It came out of a kind of a new wrecked truck. And the 4L60, you know, it was something that was kind of a thing back then. I'm not a fan of overdrives, and in the beginning of this video, you'll see where that tranny's been in there 20 years, and it doesn't have a whole lot of miles on it, but we took and had to pull the tranny out because it was spitting out the vent a little bit, and the fluid was burned up. So we're trying to get it ready to take over to Trail Hero along with the Scrambler, and, you know, just take a few things over there to have some fun with. But so the tranny's out at Hughes getting freshened up after 20 years. It finally needed a freshen up. The frame is completely handmade 2x4 box tube, and the roll cage goes through the fender wells, kind of like the Scrambler did. And it's got ADS coilovers on it, 2.5-inch coilovers, and bump stops. The fuel tank I made, it's I believe this is a 22-gallon fuel tank, and it's all completely underneath. The axles are Curry's Rock Jock 60s with ARBs, and they are 35 spline, and they've been in it since we built it. Actually, when we first built it, I think we tested one of Curry's aluminum Rock Jocks, and I remember blowing it up on command, and we ended up taking that out and putting the iron Rock Jock in. This is when they first kind of started building them and stuff. the exhaust. I handmade the exhaust and everything. And one of the things that you can kind of tell when I haven't built exhaust in a while. This is probably not one of the last ones that I built, but I always liked to come over the top of the motor so that the side with the drive shaft was all open and had a lot of room. Just very simple. It's a truck motor, so it has all the truck accessories on it. It's equipped with Howe steering. It's using their P pump, which is kind of an obsolete pump now, but it's got all Howe steering, and it's got an aluminum Howe steering box on here, like a Camaro box, and then it's got assist. You can't see it right here, but underneath there is the steering assist ram and stuff, and it steers very well, and the steering is all high steer stuff that we had made ourselves. Front axles, a Curry rock jock, has aluminum knuckles and Dana 60 outer stuff. You know, it's all the stuff that we actually used to use on our rock crawlers back in the day when we were building rock buggies and stuff. A lot of people ask about the leaf springs. I love leaf springs. They work very well. This thing actually, four wheels, pretty awesome. You can ask anyone that's ever been around it. It drives like a brand new truck down the road. That's one of the things we like about leaf springs is they handle good, they drive good. It's just, and it's a simple, cheap deal. You know, a lot of people think, oh, you got to have links and everything. Well, they're wrong. If you build it right, this thing works very well. You do get a little bit better ride out of a coilover, and you have a little more adjustability. But when you're building something simple and that you want to last forever, leaf springs are the way to go. And it's got all Baja Designs lights on it and stuff. And then the Warn 9.0 RC winch with the Factor 55 hook and all the goodies from Warn. The brakes on it are all wheel wood. It's got a brake booster. This is probably one of the only vehicles I've ever built for myself that had a brake booster, and it works very well and stops good. But you can see they take up a lot of space, and I don't like the feeling of a booster when I'm four-wheeling. I like non-power brakes because I'm a 2-foot driver. I use my brake foot and my throttle foot at the same time to make things very smooth. The steering column was a Flaming River steering column. The last time I used one in my own vehicle, they're junk, I think. And now I make my own columns and stuff, but just lots of simple stuff, you know. It's really, nothing on it is FJ40 except for, oh, you know what? These little vents right here, I got, they're FJ40. But that's about it. The rest of it's all aluminum Aqualoo and Shannon Campbell junk.
Very nice, Shannon.
And then, of course, we can't forget, it's got a 28-inch Ron Davis radiator. Now I try to fit bigger radiators in. I mean, this radiator cools it, but we like to make things where they're overkill and just a lot better than normal. And then it's got Vision Manx wheels on it. We're using a 4.5-inch offset with Warn locking hubs. And one of the other things you can kind of tell, whenever I've built something, if you look at the front of this right here, you know, we always kind of used to do this back in the day, this look. And then there's always a bow tie look where my frame junctions are. We tried to do like a bow tie that was our gusset. And then Warn, we used to get these all the time, and I would buy 2 sets of them. You can look at it and see that Warn doesn't make anything for an FJ40, but I cut this out and I made it fit, and I broke it, and I welded 2 of them together to create this. And the frame, this ties into the frame, and then the cage ties into that. So it's kind of a race car structure like everything I've ever done. You know, the cage ties in everywhere. And one of the other things that, you know, you've seen me do on the Scrambler and stuff is these rear seats. A lot of times you want to just go camping, you throw your refrigerator and other stuff. So these pins pop out and that seat lifts out. I can lift it out by myself. and you can put a rack in there of some sort. But
And it's a nice big back seat, and look at all the room in between the seat.
yeah, a big boy can fit
Yeah.
in this thing. It's stretched out very
Yep.
nice. Or you can make a bed back there.
Excuse
You know
me.
what I mean? But and
Very
then the
nice.
transfer case in this is a Atlas transfer case. I can't remember what ratio we did. It's very low. I think it's like a 3 point something, 3.8 or something. And with that 4L60, it's very low when you go to rock crawling and stuff. But yeah, so that's the Land Cruiser. I figured I'd just kind of, some people have asked, and it's really not a Land Cruiser, but it looks like one. So
Awesome.
I hope you guys enjoyed my getting ready this week and my junk. And it's kind of boring to me. That's why I figured, you know what, let's throw this in there. They asked about it, and so hopefully you guys enjoy it, and we'll get back to some good stuff and fabrication and racing, and actually hopefully some wheeling here at the end of next month. We're going to go to Trail Hero, so if you guys are out there, be sure to stop and say hey. What I want to know is, why does she always get to do the easy work? She always does the fun stuff. She'll be clean for Crandon. Got the roof fixed. Now I just gotta get my oil changed. Don't be letting it water spot, dear. You're doing the easy stuff. I gotta do the hard stuff.
Yeah, I'm done now. You gotta get back up.
Oh boy. Do a good job. This is my side.
Yeah, I know. It's the dirtiest one.
Oh, whatever.
Weird. It's like
I'm
got
the only-
crumbs all over
I'm the only clean
floorboard.
one in the family. What are you talking about?
Uh-huh.
Well, at least it looks where we can drive it down the road without people thinking we're homeless or stole it.
Serving dual purpose today. So we got done washing the cars. Now we're having to do some plumbing. This cabin sink will give us problems from time to time because people like to put grease and other garbage down the garbage disposal. It doesn't belong there. So what you got going on, dear?
We're using the steam cleaner in a pressurized deal to pressurize the pipe. It's only a 2-inch pipe, and we put a garbage disposal in it like a bunch of idiots, and now everybody puts grease and stuff down there, and after about a year it builds up in the 2-inch pipe where it goes to the clean out, because the kitchen is separate from the bathroom. But now I'm gonna go shove this in the hole to let it fill up full of hot water. We're using our steam cleaner to get the water nice and hot so that the grease melts and flush. Well, I got my groceries, but I had to have Jess bring me my wallet because I left it at home. LOL. I'm sure she was happy about that, haha. Well, she hates going grocery shopping, but she don't mind bringing me my wallet when I forget it.
My goodness.
I know. How many times do I do that? A lot. Yeah, maybe it's because I want you to go to the grocery store.
Shannon asked for some homemade salsa, fire roasted, so that's what we're doing. A lot of these veggies came out of our neighbor's garden, and unfortunately we didn't grow a garden this year, so we're gonna put them to good use.
So I'm sitting here asking her, when's my salsa gonna be ready? And she says, I think it's really hot. You need to try it.
Take a taste. It needs more tomatoes, I think. I haven't tasted it at all.
Very good.
Do you think it needs more tomatoes?
You taste it and tell me. I mean, it's not too hot. It's very good.
Well, of course it's good. I made it.
No, I wouldn't tell you it wasn't hot if it was gonna burn you. It's not that hot. Don't even start crying. We eat hotter stuff than that. What do you think? Does it need more tomato? Pretty delicious, huh?
Mm-hmm. I don't think so. I don't think it needs more tomato.
Maybe Benny should bring us some more garden goodies.
All right then.
good night's sleep. It's Monday morning. I'm gonna hang some more stuff on the Scrambler just to get it out of the way. And Drew's out here. He showed up this morning. He's gonna put a knock sensor plug on my engine that I ripped off on accident. So, time to get the day started. We got all of our couplings and stuff. Guess I should have grabbed some of that silicone spray. Stuff works pretty good. Well, I guess I should trim these hose clamps since they're a country mile long. Pretty much all of them, too. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and mark them. Get my marker. Everybody knows Drew. Drew does wiring stuff for me.
Good morning, everyone.
Yep. I ripped my knock sensor off, and I don't play with wiring, so I call the professionals. He's gonna make sure I don't rip it off again. He's soldering it and everything. Okay, I got my marker, so I can trim these off. Get rid of all the excess. Trim these babies.
It's easier just to trim them than have the right size clamps around all the time, because you know how it is. About wrapped up. Now I got the Factor 55 hook on it. Too nice. Now when I take this to go to paint next week, or well, yeah, I think at the end of the month when I get back from Crandon, I'll be able to winch it on the trailer. We're gonna take it to the body shop over there to Corey's place at Santan Hot Rod, and we'll separate the chassis, put the tub in, and then put it back together. And that's how I'm gonna transport it. That way I got lots of guys to help me get it on there without scratching it, and hopefully anyway, whatnot, but getting close. Well, thank you, Drew, for coming and fixing my broken wires.
All right,
We'll see. All right, you have a good day. Thank you. You got that all fixed up. Nice and warm. Time to change the oil. Make sure we got fresh, good stuff in there before the race. Even though this looks pretty fresh. Give everything a once over again and start buttoning it up. So we're using Dominator 1550 racing oil from AMSOIL. That's what we run in the race car. Well, we run AMSOIL on everything, but on the race cars, the 1550. And Scott's actually going to be servicing my truck today with the 1040. So this thing holds, I think, 3 gallons, maybe more, I can't remember. But it's a lot. It's got a big oil cooler and a big oil pan. And I need a big funnel so I don't make a big mess.
All right, you guys, we're leaving Hughes right now. Taking this rebuilt tranny, brand new unit, gonna take it, drop it off. All right, you guys, here we are, dropping the FJ40 Cruiser tranny off at Hughes Performance for Mr. Shannon.
Next up, I got my supervisor gonna show me how to change my oil and fuel filter and stuff. So just a little maintenance. The boss. Should let her be in charge. I like to poke a hole in my oil filter just so it doesn't make a mess everywhere. And we're gonna do the fuel filter and stuff next. I've taken the inner fender out, got it jacked up so I can get to this fuel filter up in here. Paul from AutoZone is bringing me my stuff. Scott was going to do this, but he's been overwhelmingly busy at work, and so I figured I would just go ahead and do this.
Emerald's on the forklift like usual. Well, Grandpa's, I don't know what he's doing under there. He's fighting for something.
Changing his fuel filter.
Oh, changing his fuel filter. Hi, is it Paul? It is Paul. I don't think I've ever met you. I've heard a lot about you. I'm Jess.
Hi, Jess.
I feel like maybe I know you because Shannon says you're dropping stuff off for him often.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely. Anything you guys need, we're here for.
So would you bring me like a candy bar?
Yeah, I got it.
I bet you do. I'm only kidding. Oh my gosh, yeah. On your way, can you stop at Dairy Queen and get me a cheeseburger?
All right, let's pour some oil to this thing. I don't know about you, but I don't like changing oil. It's no fun. But it's pretty easy at least. We're gonna put this is AMSOIL 1040 synthetic. That's what I run in the truck. All their products. They make good stuff. Pretty much everything they do. Jess and the baby gave up on me. They went upstairs to watch movies or cartoons or something. Left me down here doing all the hard stuff, if you know what I mean.
You almost done?
Just pumping up my fuel filter.
Is this how it's usually done?
Yeah, there's a pump under here and it's a pain in the butt to get to. It always hurts my hands. I hate doing this, but
Looks like you're performing CPR.
I am to my truck.
Shoot, sorry, I just
You
wiggled
want to
that
perform
video.
CPR on me? Let's practice. I like that
no.
game better. But
Emerald said,
I like when you play CPR with me. Oh my gosh, that is hard on my hands.
All right.
Are you ready to start the truck? You should be changing the oil because you can fit under there. I wouldn't even have to jack it up. Yeah, we just need to work on your skills. You ready?
She says that's why I'm watching.
We're gonna start it.
Ooh, that rattled our cup off. Yep. What do you think? Did you get enough oil in there? Do you need a second pair of eyes?
Well, we got the truck all serviced and everything. And these badges came. They look pretty badass. These are for the side of the Scrambler. They are billet. Pretty sweet looking, huh? And I'll probably anodize them gold like everything else. Hopefully it looks good.
I just got yelled at. I was shaking because I was trying to clean the camera lens so I could take this video. She didn't really yell at me, but Jamie's mastering, you know, the checkered flag over here.
Attempting to.
If I would hold still, but since I've been coming to her, she really has learned to master that flag.
Go. This is for Shannon. I know it's noisy in here. I'll do the best to make it loud enough for y'all to hear. We got the Aluma Scrambler ready to paint. Everything laid out, parts everywhere.
So back in the day when this was my company, I had these made, and these are actually magnesium, and they poured them in a mold. A good friend of mine, Chuck Campbell, and his son Donnie had these done, and I had a handful of them. Well, now my company is this, and this is my new logo, kind of a billet piece. And on the back side, they were supposed to have threaded holes. Well, they forgot to machine the threads into them, so this morning I am trying to get them ready. I'm going to send them out and have them polished and turn them gold. So I've got a couple of different taps. I got one that's not cut off, and then I got one that I cut off or sanded it off or whatever, just to kind of get it where it will bottom out in here, because this isn't very thick. This is only probably 1/4 inch thick, maybe 5/16. But so I'm going to do this and then try and get these down to the polisher and to the anodizer so that I have them to go on the side of the Scrambler when it's all done. The boys over there at Santan Hot Rod are really killing it, getting it done, and I wish I could put it together, but I'm gonna have to wait till I get back from Crandon. I was folding up my fire suit to put it in my bag. Jess might have lost some goodies. LOL. So I'm gonna start by taking this starter tap and run it down just to get a start, and then I'll take the one that I cut off and run it to the bottom, well, as far as I can anyway. Now I'll switch to this one. Now that its threads are started. This is too fine of work for me, you know. This is what a machine should be doing. But it didn't get programmed in, so we're doing it by hand. You can tell it's not very deep. I'll do that. Keep kind of running it a couple times to make sure I don't strip it out and clean the debris out. There's the bottom. And then I'll have to order some 1/4 inch long bolts. I have these that are 5/16 long, and it goes in that far. I guess I could get a washer, but I'll probably order the right size. That way I ain't got a bunch of redneckery going on. All right, just some random Coop shit, all done. Next on the project, this is my race body that is pretty beat up, as you can see. It looks worse inside, but right here it broke, right around this duct and stuff. This is from the hammers, and I want to use it for just like a practice body. That way I got the nice one for the parade and all the stuff, and then throw this on. They get covered up full of mud so quick you can't even tell. From 25 feet it looks good, so I'm gonna fiberglass this. I ordered me a fiberglass kit, and I haven't done body work or fiberglass since I was probably I don't know, 20 years old, but we'll give her a whirl. Well, like I said, I'm not good at reading instructions, and I'm not good at doing stuff. I have done fiberglass before, but we're gonna just kind of hope we get it right. So hang on while I botch this thing up. good redneck start, right? I don't think I've ever made such a mess in my life, but as soon as it hardens, I'll add some more and we'll see how strong she is, and then we'll have to put some up in here also. Well, I still have it. I'm a body man. So now I'll do this part right here, and I'm right in the middle of cleaning out my shed and stuff right now, so I'll go ahead and set this up and then go back to cleaning while it hardens. Okay, we've got things propped and weighted and whatnot, and I got me another mix. I just got to add some hardener, and we'll go to town.